Is it possible for you to stay present for one entire minute without losing yourself to the mind? You can either follow the breath, you can focus on the weight of your body on the earth, either in the chair or in the bed. You can just become aware of the thoughts in your mind, which is fine as well. If the thoughts come and you're aware of them and you don't get lost in them, then that also counts. Or you can focus on a point in the wall and focus on this point without losing your attention and getting lost in the mind's games. I'm going to turn the camera, I'm going to set a timer for 60 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back. How did you get on? If you're anything like me, like I was, like I still am at times, it's very difficult to stay present on one thing for more than like 5 to 10 seconds without the mind going and capturing you and taking you off, grabbing you and ripping you off into some imaginary dreamland, imaginary future or something that happened in the past. It's exceptionally hard to keep the mind in the present moment. Exceptionally fucking hard. And that should be a scary thought, that you're so incapable of being present. It might just be like, oh, well, I just, you might just think, oh, well, that's normal and everyone kind of gets lost in their mind and, what can you do? That's just life. Well, the point is that when you're lost in your mind, you're completely unconscious. You're asleep. When you're lost in the mind, you're asleep. You are unconscious of what's happening in the world around you. You don't know what's going on. You're in autopilot mode. You're driving to work. You're talking to your spouse. You're at work performing your tasks, and yet you're not there. You're doing it like a robot in autopilot mode, because in your mind you're living in this dream fantasy of what's going to happen next and blah 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 and this and that and that. And most people, when they hear this information, is like, they think, well, not me, I'm actually quite self-aware. And I'm like, the thing is, you're not, because if you can't be present for 60 seconds, what do you think happens the rest of your day when you're not even trying to be present? What do you think happens then? The reality is that you're in your mind 100% of the time. And when you're in your mind, you're not in the present moment. You are not living your life. You are living in the delusions of the mind. You're living in an illusion that's created by your mind. And something else is running your body. You're not doing it. You're not conscious of it. There's autopilot mode that's kicked in and is making you walk, it is making you talk, it is making you do things, it's making you talk to your spouse and get married and all these things. And that should be terrifying. It was for me the first time I realised how unconscious every single action in my life was. And that's this idea of wake up. It's spirituality, everyone's asleep, sleeping masses, and you need to wake up. That's where it comes from. It's the fact that the majority of people are completely unconscious throughout their entire lives, from the moment they're born to the moment they go to the moment they die. They don't have a single moment of connection to present moment reality, unless maybe something traumatic happens, someone dies. That shocks people into like, oh fuck, I'm in the here and now. Doesn't matter what's happening tomorrow. Holy fuck, something's happening now. And that's basically what is possible to feel like 24/7. Holy fuck, something's happening now. That's what you should feel like in general. Should, maybe not the best word, but that's what it's possible to feel like. And when you feel like this, life's a lot better, because usually there's no problems in the present moment. There's no fears in the present moment. There's just whatever's happening in the present moment. Fears, problems exist in the future. Traumas exist in the past. In the present moment, it's just the trees and the birds and the green of the grass and the feeling of your body on the earth and the breath as it comes in and out. And there's no mind. And when there's no mind, when there's no future, when there's no past, when you're in the now, for more of your life, you feel peaceful. And that's what you're looking for, I believe, because that's what I was looking for and still am looking for. And I can tell you that learning how to be more in the present moment, which sounds so fucking cliche and try, oh, you should just be present, you know, it's like fucking bumper sticker. But the way to be present is you have to just sit and allow the mind to be completely unpresent for lots of time. I would say sit in a chair, do nothing, don't do anything, don't focus on the breath, don't try anything like this. Just try and be aware of what's happening. Try and be aware of your body as it's sitting in the chair. Try and be aware of what's in the room. Try and be aware of what's happening in your mind. Try and become aware. And do that for, I would say 60 minutes a day, but you can start with 5 if you want. And do that for the rest of your life and see what happens. See how all your problems cease to exist slowly but surely, because the thing is that all your problems exist because you're trying to change what is to what you want to happen. You feel bad about going bald, so you create a problem about going bald, and then you need to try and change that, and you go and want to get a hair transplant. Whereas if you just accept what is, you're going bald, then there are no problems, because you're like, oh, I'm going bald. Okay, look at this tree. Let's get back to eating lunch. Anyways, that was rambling, but that's something. Alright, hope that was, in one way or another, helpful to you. Thanks.